Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. There's a painful paradox happening every single day in our modern world. Billions of people are working extremely hard. They exhaust themselves day after day, with the hope of one day achieving success. Yet in reality, less than 1% of the population ever reaches true, sustainable wealth and financial freedom. Have you ever wondered why the gap is so enormously wide? The gap between someone who struggles with bills at the end of every month and someone who builds a lasting legacy for generations. And why that gap is mostly not about luck, but about perception and mindset? Is success just random luck? Or does it come from an entirely different operating system of the mind that most people have never been exposed to? The harsh truth is this. Our definition of success has been wrongly programmed since childhood by mass education and crowd culture. We've been trained to chase instant rewards. And in doing so, we've unknowingly closed the door on the real laws of money and power. In today's video, I'm going to break down 10 harsh truths. 10 truths that 99% of people out there never truly understand about the nature of success. This is not fluffy motivation. This is a practical system of special knowledge. It will help you rise above your problems and start designing a winning path using sharp psychological levers. Let's dive in. Success is actually a receipt for the value you provide. The biggest mistake most people make is believing that success is directly proportional to how hard they work. The market doesn't pay for effort or sweat. It only pays for excess value you create for others. Look at Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. In 1994, he quit a high-paying Wall Street job. He started Amazon from his garage, selling books online. Everyone thought he was crazy. But Bezos wasn't obsessed with making money quickly. He was obsessed with one single question. How can we serve the customer the most, the fastest, and at the lowest price? Today, Amazon serves hundreds of millions of customers every month worldwide. Money flowed to Bezos not because he worked the hardest, but because he solved problems for billions of people. Ask yourself right now, are you currently creating real value? Or are you just trading your time for money? The courage to stand outside the pressure of social proof. Society runs on the principle of following the crowd for a false sense of safety. Most people spend money they don't have to buy flashy liabilities. Luxury cars, designer bags, expensive watches, just to impress people they don't even truly like. In contrast, Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on earth with over $130 billion, still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958 for just $31,500. He drives an old car. He eats breakfast at McDonald's. And he has never chased yachts or luxury mansions. He invests every single dollar into building his money-making machine. The ability to live humbly and reject the need for temporary status display is clear proof of a mature mind. The shift from selling time to owning systems. The majority are trapped in the mindset of selling time, a limited resource that gets eroded by taxes and age. Ray Kroc, the man who turned McDonald's into a global empire, is a perfect example. In 1954, at age 52, he was just a milkshake machine salesman. He didn't buy a single restaurant. Instead, he bought the entire franchise system. He standardized every single process so that anyone could run a McDonald's exactly the same way. As a result, thousands of restaurants around the world worked for him 24/7. They generated massive cash flow without him needing to stand behind the counter. When you own systems, You stop selling time. And you start owning the income stream. Taking 100% responsibility and adopting the mindset of the driver. The line between winners and losers comes down to one simple philosophy. I create my life versus life happens to me. Losers play the victim role. They blame the economy, the government, or their family background. Oprah Winfrey was born into extreme poverty. She suffered sexual abuse as a child. She became pregnant at 14 and lost the baby. Yet she refused to blame anyone. She declared with conviction, "I am responsible for my life." She invested in herself. She learned relentlessly. And she built a media empire worth billions, becoming the first black female billionaire in history. When you stop making excuses and start seeking solutions through superior knowledge, you gain absolute power over your circumstances. Investing in specialized intelligence is the highest return investment. The speed at which you accumulate wealth will never exceed the speed at which you grow as a person. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's longtime partner, read more than 500 pages a week for over 80 years. He developed mental models, a powerful multidisciplinary framework that helped him see risks and opportunities when the crowd only saw panic. Thanks to this specialized intelligence, Berkshire Hathaway delivered average annual returns of over 20% for 60 consecutive years. General knowledge loses value over time. But specialized intelligence cannot be stolen. Applying the law of reciprocity in strategic negotiation. True leaders never beg for favors. They use the powerful technique of giving value first to naturally trigger the obligation to reciprocate in their counterpart's mind. Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, built his vast empire by genuinely helping partners, sharing exclusive information, and creating true win-win relationships. Many of his former fierce competitors later became close allies because they felt they owed him. Thanks to the law of reciprocity, his success often looked like destiny's favor. But it was really the result of a smart, long-term strategy of planting intellectual seeds. Mastering the trap of instant gratification. Sustainable success requires the ability to delay pleasure. Most people react automatically to short-term stimuli, wasting their financial surplus on temporary highs. Warren Buffett started investing at age 11. Instead of spending, he let compound interest work for him for 80 long years. He called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. While others bought the latest iPhone or luxury bags, he quietly bought stocks and let money make money. The result? From just a few $1,000s, he built a fortune of over $130 billion. The greatest success is the discipline to say no to instant rewards in order to build a lasting legacy. Iron discipline and consistency in action. The desire to remain consistent with what you've committed to is an incredibly powerful psychological lever. Elon Musk worked 100-hour weeks for years to save Tesla from near bankruptcy in 2008. He wrote clear commitments by hand and followed through every single day. Even when the market, the media, and his own team doubted him. Thanks to that iron discipline, Tesla rose from the brink of failure to become the world's most valuable electric vehicle company. Small consistent actions every day create a snowball effect that turns simple bricks into an unshakable empire. The ability to act despite fear and take calculated risks. Poor people let fear block their progress, while the wealthy design the game so they always stay above their problems. In 1994, Jeff Bezos had a stable, high-paying Wall Street job. But he saw the future of the internet and decided to quit to start selling books online from his garage. Everyone around him thought he was insane. He moved forward even though he felt the fear. Today, Amazon is worth over $2 trillion. Successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They act when opportunity appears. Accept calculated risk, and keep getting up after every setback. The both and mindset and the ability to create systems. The biggest flaw in employee thinking is trapping yourself in false binary choices. Either career or family. Either money or happiness. Steve Jobs refused to choose one or the other. He combined Zen philosophy with modern technology, passion with business discipline, and art with engineering. Thanks to this both and mindset, Apple became the most valuable company in the world. Jobs was both a billionaire and a great creator and a loving father. When you upgrade to the both and mindset, you break free from the outdated either or traps of the crowd and begin building breakthrough empires. Dear friends, success is not magic. It is the inevitable material result of understanding and applying the operating laws of life. Money, after all, is simply a receipt confirming your level of mental maturity and self-discipline. If today you still feel your path is full of obstacles, consider it a wake-up call. An invitation to shed old habit patterns and relearn how to take command of your own destiny. Take one quiet minute right now and ask yourself honestly, am I working every day to make someone else's system richer? Or am I laying the first bricks of my own financial legacy? The decision to change doesn't depend on how much capital you have tonight. It depends on your courage to shift into the mindset of a true owner. Starting right now. Real freedom is the deep peace that comes when you know you are steering the ship of your own fate. Guided by knowledge that no one can ever take away from you. Don't let a lifetime of effort be limited by small, narrow thinking. If today's knowledge added real value to your journey, please hit like, share this video, and leave a comment below telling me which point resonated with you the most. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I wish you strength, clarity, and the courage to achieve real freedom, both in your mind and in your finances. See you in the next video. Take care.